Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a first impressions review and a little tutorial on the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. So if you want to see my thoughts on the palette and what look I created with it, just keep on watching. So I know I look a little bit scary because I've just got my base on and some lips. Everything will look okay, I promise. I promise. It's just that I have no eyes on, so it looks really bizarre, but it will come together in the end, I promise. How beautiful is this palette? Like, this is so gorgeous. So the look that I'm wanting to create today, you've probably already seen at the start of the video. I'm thinking of doing a look that is Jaclyn Hill inspired because she took the time and created this gorgeous palette. So we've got a mix of some mattes, some shimmers, some beautiful colours. The first time that I opened it, I was like, I couldn't believe how amazing this palette looked in the pan. I'm a very big fan of warm eyeshadows. I don't really like cool colours on myself, and I'm very happy that this palette has a black because I find it really annoying when you get a really lovely palette and it doesn't include a black eyeshadow, because I just think that every palette just needs a black eyeshadow because you can use it for eyeliner, for tight lining, for darkening. I can't stand it if a palette doesn't have a black eyeshadow. Well, I can obviously, but it's a little bit of a faff just to bring a single black eyeshadow around with you. So it's got some absolutely gorgeous colours, as you can tell. There's some beautiful rose gold shades at the top. We've got satin finishes up here for inner eye highlights and brow bone highlights. I think that they're going to be a little bit too dark, or at least not too brightening on me personally because I am quite pale. This is such a gorgeous rose gold colour. This little triangle here would be a really pretty eye look. We've got some really glittery shades, and we have some beautiful transition shades. I love this one. I think I'm definitely going to use this one today. I'm just going to go for a warm look, and I really want to incorporate some of the colours in here, so I don't know whether to go under the eye or use it as a wing, so we shall see. So let's get started. I'm just taking this colour here and running that through my crease just to see how everything goes. I'm using my 228 Luxe crease. Wow, I adore Morphe shadows because they just blend so well. So I have built that up quite a bit. This is a lovely transition colour. That looks really nice. Just saying, but on my eyes at the moment all I have is my foundation, and I've set that with some powder so that it doesn't crease. Next I'm going to take this colour here and use that again in the crease. Wow, those colours look great together. I get so bored with blending. Like, I just can't blend. I just hate it. I just find it so tedious. These shadows are so pigmented. I've literally just tapped the teeniest amount on my brush. It is coming off really pigmented. So that's amazing. That's gorgeous. That's created just a really beautiful transition shade. With those two, you can tell how gorgeous this looks together. This is brilliant. This is really nice. It's really given some depth to the crease area. Yeah, I love that colour. That's gorgeous. So now I'm just going to be taking a smaller brush, and this is my 231 Luxe Petite Crease. And I'm going to be using this colour right here to define my crease even more and create even more depth. Wow, that's a lot of colour. So I'm just focusing this colour right in the crease. I'm not bringing it any higher because we already have those gorgeous transition shades right there. So this is just to give a bit more depth to the crease area. Doesn't matter if I blend it into the ball of my eye. Wow, that's really pretty. I'm just going to be using this blending brush again just to make sure that everything is smooth and blended properly. Wow, that's really pretty. I keep saying that like it wouldn't be pretty, like I wouldn't expect Jaclyn to create a beautiful palette. So now I'm going to be adding a little bit of this burgundy colour, which is also matte. I've only used matte so far because that's what I always use in my crease. I don't really like applying shimmer there. So I'm just going to be applying this on the outer V, just trying to darken everything and blending it into my crease. Wow, this is really pretty. That looks great. That looks so nice. This is such a good wintry palette. Like, this is such a good palette for autumn. Wow, that's really pretty. I think I'm just going to try and do a bit of a spotlight eye because Jaclyn seems to do those quite a bit. I'm just going to be applying a bit of that purpley colour right there so that we've got this kind of half moon effect here, so that the ball of your eye really pops. I hate that expression, to be honest. So that it pops. You don't really want your eye to pop. So can you see those two colours and then the colours that we had before, and how much of a difference that has made to giving depth for the eyes, and how much more rounded and brighter this eye looks in comparison to this one? It's amazing. This is gorgeous. I can't. So I'm just going to do this eye and then we'll carry on. I must also mention that I haven't had any fallout from this product so far. That's really impressive to say that the eyeshadows are so pigmented and that they aren't giving any fallout and ruining my face makeup, which is fab. So I'm just going to be applying a bit more of that same burgundy colour just to give a bit more intensity to the look, and then we'll add some darker shades in a moment. So I'm just packing this on mostly in just these two places and just making sure that everything's all blended, but that these places are still very dark because we want a very soft rounded eye look. So I'm not blending the darker colours that much into my crease or my upper crease because I want the lighter colours from before to show through. So I'm just going to keep building that up and building that up, but can you see how just another layer has really made a difference? So this is where we're up to now, and I love it. I love how warm the colours are. You don't need any product really, you literally just have to like dip your brush in it. And you really can't see that I've made a dint in any of the shades that I've used so far. I have only used matte so far and they look fab. I have just gone over a little bit with the original transition colour. This reminds me of, I think it's Chickadee by Makeup Geek, but Jaclyn uses that colour a lot, so it was nice of her to put a colour like that in her palette. For the next few shades, I think I'm just going to be adding slightly darker colours. The browns seem quite cool, like this is quite a grey colour. These seem quite cool colours, but I'm going to go with this one because it's got more purple in it and we have just used a burgundy-ish purplish colour. So I'm just going to be applying the teeniest bit of this to again darken that colour. Wow, everything blends so smoothly. Like you really have to make like no effort, which is fab because I hate blending. Like wow, that's it, that's done pretty much. That's great. So if you are like me and you're lazy with your blending, this is probably a really good palette. I do have to say that Morphe eyeshadows are probably my favourite consistency of eyeshadows I've ever tried. I don't hate other brands, it's just like Morphe eyeshadows I've always been impressed with for the price. Like this palette is the most expensive Morphe palette that I've ever seen. It was £37 from Beauty Bay. I believe in America it's $37, so the conversion rate would probably be that this is about £30 in America, but then you might have to pay for import tax and shipping and things like that. It would probably work out about 37–40 quid anyway. I think it's worth it so far. It looks gorgeous, it feels really nice. Still don't have any fallout, which was great to say that that was such a darker shade. I'm just blending everything together with this colour and a little bit of that colour just to make sure that it all looks nice. But I'm literally just tapping and brushing away the excess. So I'm literally putting no effort in with my blending. It's pretty much doing the work for me. So again, I'm just using that shade similar to Chickadee and applying that just on the edges just to blend everything nicely. And it is really just about looking at it and going back and forth between the shades that you've used to make sure that everything looks nice on both eyes, to make sure that everything looks symmetrical. So I'm just taking all the product off of that brush and giving it a nice blend. So I am going to be testing out the black from the palette because I think it is very important for myself at least to have a strong black in the palette. I just find it so useful. I just use it all the time. So I'm just gonna watch this. That looks really good. Okay, that looks good. That's a decent coverage black. So now I know where I'm at with this. Using black eyeshadows is, you know, tricky business because you don't know how pigmented they are or if they swatch grey or something. So I'm literally just going to be putting this very gently. I've literally used the teeniest amount and you can see how much darker that looks. I'm just going to be applying that again on these areas and that's it. That's literally all I'm doing. I've just darkened that look again and it's literally tap tap and it's blended. That is incredible. I do feel like so far these eyeshadows are of the same quality of any other Morphe palette that I've owned. I presume that the expense is because it's Jaclyn, it's a name rather than just a palette. They do feel like they might have a little bit more pigment to them, but Morphe eyeshadows tend to have really amazing pigment anyway. So that's it. I'm not going to apply any more black to that. So now I'm just going to fill in the half moon that we've just created. I'm going to be using a concealer brush to do this and I'm just going to be using, I really want to use this colour. I really love the look of that colour. A really lovely pink. So yeah, I'm just going to be using this pink right here. I'm just going to go like this and apply that. Wow, that is really lovely. I'm just going to build up the intensity to how I'd like it. So I'm just going to build up the intensity and come back to you. So that is a really beautiful rose gold kind of colour. It's really quite reflective. It's almost a duochrome, I'd say, because at first glance it looks pink but then it shines with gold shimmers. I wouldn't assume that it would just go with this look, but it really does because of the gold. It really works with these orangey tones. So I'm really impressed with how that looks. I'm just going to do a basic copy of what I did on the top lid on the bottom, and then I'll check back in and we'll see what we're going to do with the rest of the palette after that. So I've just done my lower lash line and this is what everything looks like so far. For me personally, I do like to bring my lower lash line eyeshadow quite far down. I feel like it widens the eyes for me. It's all completely up to you. I just wanted a bit of a heavier look. I'm just going to highlight with this colour right here. So I'm just going to be using a 234 Luxe Smoky Shader brush. Oh, it does look quite shimmery on the skin actually. Ooh, this is a nice surprise. So that looks really nice. And of course I'm just going to apply that to the inner corner as well. Wow, so that is a lot more pigmented and shimmery than I expected, and it actually goes really nicely with how pale my skin is. That's a really, really gorgeous little glow right there. So this is basically a finished look on its own, and it looks amazing, but me being me, I want to go a little bit more extra, so I'm going to be using the absolutely gorgeous bright colours right here, and I'm going to be doing a wing liner with them. Oh my gosh, fingers crossed. I'm going to be taking the shimmery colours for a change. I'm just going to be using a Zoeva 317 wing liner. Oh wow, wow, so that picks up. I mean, I've got half of it in my eye, which is my own doing, but wow, I didn't think it would be that pigmented. That's great. Can you see that? That looks amazing. That's great. Wow. Okay, so that was just the really shimmery teal colour applied, and wow, I can't believe how pigmented it is. I didn't have any Fix Plus on my brush. It's come across so pigmented. The only thing that I do have to say is that it has left quite a bit of fallout on my eyes. That's not too bad. I'm just going to apply this colour and then we'll use the purple to finish. I absolutely love how the teal look contrasts with the warmness of the eyes. That's blended lovely with the teal. Again, didn't really have to do anything with that. So now I'm just going to apply this absolutely gorgeous purple. These are more powdery eyeshadows. The shimmery ones are very, very powdery. So I've just got the outline of that, and I'm just going to go over it and make sure that it is visible, and then I'll check back in. Okay, so this is what I came up with. I did have to use some Fix Plus just to make sure that it was all as pigmented as possible, but I really, really like it. The Fix Plus was only really needed for these two colours. The teal came on really, really well. I did experience quite a bit of fallout, which has gone onto the lower lash line and slightly merged with the eyeshadow, but it's not too bad. But wow, I really, really love this eyeliner look. I know it looks absolutely crazy on camera probably, but I think it goes really well. It contrasts, and that's really amazing. So all I'm going to do now is finish off the eye look. So I'm just going to be applying some white eyeliner. Don't know if that really does anything. I've just started doing this. So I've just finished doing my makeup. I've just applied some random eyelashes from Salon Services. I think they were just really, really cheap ones. And this is the overall look. I am really, really impressed with this eyeshadow palette. I think it looks amazing, and it's got a great variety of colours to suit pretty much everybody. I think everyone suits a warm eye. I just want to give a few thoughts about the palette. So I love the palette itself. I think it's the first Morphe palette to just be like cardboard. And at first I was like, okay, that's fine. I suppose they're trying to save a bit of money. But actually, I hope you can see that because I've been using blending brushes and using my hands and stuff, it has gotten quite dirty. So I can imagine that, you know, this was literally just one use and it's gotten this dirty, so you might have to wipe this quite a bit. Inside, some of the more shimmerier colours have had more fallout than the other colours have. I think that's just the nature of the style of eyeshadow. It doesn't look too messy or anything. I love the colours of the palette. I think that they are incredibly pigmented, beautiful Morphe colours. I love how they are very warm. I love the sparkly colours, the shimmery colours. I think they look amazing. The pink that I used on my eye is kind of a duochrome reflective colour. I do have to say that these bright colours at the end, these did have a very, very big amount of fallout. It's not the worst thing ever, but it's a little bit annoying. All in all, I absolutely adore this palette, and I think for £37 it's a great investment. This will be my everyday palette from now on. I'm pretty sure this is like a brilliant go-to everyday palette because it's got anything to create a different look like this, like a more heavy look. It's got brights, it's got neutrals, it could create any look whatsoever, and it's gorgeous. So I think that this is a brilliant palette, and shout out to Jaclyn for doing the most amazing job choosing the most gorgeous eyeshadows. This is a makeup artist's absolute dream, so thank you so much. I love it, I love it, I love it. I really, really hope that you enjoyed this style of video. If you want me to recreate any other looks, please let me know. If you want any other products reviewed, please let me know, and thank you ever so much for watching. Bye!